Hello, my name is Musonda Mulunduch Pampata, and I just decided to do another video blog just as a continuation to what I started some time ago. Basically, what happened to me was on Friday. Today is Sunday, so day before yesterday. I had a bit of an altercation with my boss at work that got me very upset. Basically, what happened was that I'm in sales and I sell personal loans. So, what happened is he went on the system, he went on the receptionist system, and he took one of my highest deals and he rejected it off my name and he captured it on somebody else's name and he fast tracked it so that it can be paid. Now, the person's name that he used, we don't even see in the office. So that clearly states that he's kind of created a pseudo person who he's cashing it in. Anyway, so I noticed that that had happened and I confronted the situation, obviously asking the receptionist why she, rejected my deal. And she said, no, it wasn't me. I wasn't sitting at my machine. I came in late. It was the manager that was sitting there. He's the one that did it. So I hate confrontations and I hate being in situations like that. So I started boiling and I got extremely upset. One of the other permanent staff, because I'm not a permanent staff, I don't even get a salary, I literally just get commission. So one of the permanent staff decided to send him a message, a very strong message, to say, what you've done is not very good. And he phones me and he tells me, please go outside. I don't want us to have this conversation in the office. Because he wasn't working there. He only came in for an hour and he went to another branch to work. So I went outside and he started cooking up a story of trying to convince me that the client had actually called in to say that I had captured the client without their permission and things like that, but that wasn't true. So in the end, he said he'll pay me my commission. But the whole situation had just kind of aggravated me and it sent me into a very, very bad state. Couldn't work properly for a couple of hours, but I tried to do what I could. A lot of people came to me and asked me what was wrong, and I told them I'm very upset. A deal has been stolen from me by the manager. He gets paid quite a lot of money, so why the hell would he do something like that? Anyway, to cut a long story short, the reason I'm saying this is in my previous video I said other people seem to have problems while they're taking their medication. So I was so upset that Friday night I could not sleep at all. I was tossing and turning and I went into a minor relapse. In the relapse, basically what happened was that my thoughts were all being meshed. Everything that I had done in the past 48 hours was all connecting and making sense. So if I had a conversation with somebody or if I had thought something, everything was just pointing to itself. It was almost like it was all part of the same thing. I struggled with this for hours and hours. The thing is, I'd been given medication, Epilim and Phenergan. I didn't take my Phenergan because I'd just seen the doctor Friday, and the doctor said it's optional. I don't have to take it. So I only took the Epilim, and the Phenergan kind of helps me sleep. So after battling to sleep around 2:20 in the morning, I thought, I can't go on like this because this is definitely going to land me in hospital and it's the last thing that I want to do. So I got up, took my Phenergan, and then after about another hour or so of struggling, I was able to sleep for a few hours. I woke up Saturday and I still had to go to work. I went to work, but I was still in a state of minor relapse. My thoughts were still kind of like connecting themselves. This is like minor psychosis because other people call it hearing voices, but it's not really hearing voices. It's like the thoughts that you have been going through, the conversations you've been having with people, um, all the interactions to you all seem to like lead to the same place. And then you feel like there's some conspiracy that's up against you, like you're being watched. That's how I was feeling. Like I'm being tested, basically. That's basically what was going on through my mind. So now, obviously, I had some kind of paranoia because I was thinking to myself that even what had transpired with my manager was a test, you see, to see how I would deal with it. So I did go back to work. I did make a few calls to try and make some sales, and I was hoping to stay there for about maybe 3 hours. I was only able to stay there 2 hours, because I was just so tired and exhausted. So I decided to go back home, and I just wanted to sleep. But then my brother came back, and he wanted us to go somewhere together. So I told him I'm not really feeling well and I just need to sleep. But he insisted that we go together. And the whole time I was just trying to calm myself down because um, I still had anger from the previous day, and then I hadn't slept, so I was extremely tired. I was worried that I was going to go into hectic relapse because if there's one thing I'm avoiding is going back to the hospital. I've been in hospital maybe 5 times in my life, and the last time that I was in hospital was the worst, and I don't want to ever go back to hospital because then I stayed in psychosis for so long that it was so painful. Everything around me was just scaring me, basically, and my thoughts of, you know, basically, if you block off the last 48 hours or even week of your life, all those thoughts, all those things that you have done will come together and they will all coordinate to make sense. It actually does seem to make sense. Then you have a feeling of importance. Suddenly, you're this very important person, and everything that you have done and are doing because you've been watched. It's like you have some sort of justification. So I go through those feelings and those emotions that are very confusing because at one point you're feeling scared, next point you're feeling important, next point you are feeling vulnerable, next point you just feel exhausted. So it's a lot of things to deal with all at the same time, and they're happening so quickly. Now, previously, I had said that I know people that are on medication that are struggling. Um, I, for the first time, was on medication. The only thing I didn't take was the Phenergan to make me sleep. But then I still did go into a minor relapse because it only lasted a few hours. Fortunately for me, by spending time with my brother, I calmed down and it completely went away. The only thing that was left was me feeling tired. So he went to see his girlfriend. I went to also see a friend of mine, and I was fine for a while. And I thought to myself, whatever happens tonight, I must sleep and I must rest completely so that I can, get out of this state. Which is what I did. I took my medication and I did take the Phenergan to make sure that I sleep, and I slept throughout the night. So now I'm totally recharged and I'm back to my normal self. I've got the issue of confrontation tomorrow because I have to confront my boss with what he's done. It's very unfair what he's done. He's very greedy, if you ask me, because I'm just an agent who's trying to survive by commission only. I use my own money to get to and from work, whereas he gets a salary, and yet he's there stealing money from the lowest of the employed people. in the company. So obviously that's I'm peed off about that, and but I'm not emotional about it like I was on Friday. So I just have to put up a brave face and deal with it. I honestly don't like being put in such situations, and I suppose that's why it affected me so much, because I internalize these things, and I don't normally want to deal with things like this. But when an obvious thing like this happens, unfortunately, I do have to do something about it. I can't just let it go. Um, so, yeah, I just wanted to put this out there because there might be people that experience a similar situation where they are on medication. Then they get confused as to why they relapse, or they go through a minor relapse like I did. Um, so, yeah, just to help, and also just to um, you know make it known that we're kind of sensitive people. Well, at least I am. So I just figured that out about myself, going through what I went through just now. So if anyone else out there is suffering from the same or experienced it, I'd like to hear from you. And where I am here in South Africa, or Africa as per se, it's still quite a new thing to most people, so they don't understand. They probably just think we make up these things because they just don't understand. Unless you have the condition, will you know? So I just needed to send this message out and just highlight that. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll chat again. Thanks.